Hi everyone, it's Alena. It's 9 o'clock, so we'll be starting shortly. For everyone that's logging on to the Hangout today, please go ahead and type in your name to let us know that you're here in the Q&A section. And we'll get started in about 2 or 3 minutes. Alrighty, so I see a few people have sent the emails in, stating their name and their email address to let us know you're here today. If you're on the line, go ahead and put your information below so we can know that you're online, because the way that it's set up, it doesn't look like you can do the Q&A that you would in the typical Google Hangout, since this is on my actual web page. So just let us know through the submission form below. We'll give it a few more minutes. I see the line is filling up. So glad to have you all here today as we kick off this 30-day journey. All right. And get started. So welcome everyone to tonight's Hangout. It's our kickoff call for our Fall into Fulfillment, which is a 30-day freedom journey. So I'm going to go ahead and make the assumption that if you are on the line today, You have already really come prepared in the sense of you've watched my intro video, which is giving you a little background on why I decided to do this journey, a little bit about myself. And so I'm going to assume that most of you all have seen that. However, if you have not, just a brief recap. So the Fall into Fulfillment journey really is just something that I'm using as a tool, really the season of fall, to capitalize on bringing energy into my life, into my business, into my purpose. You know, if you were to look at this website, there's a quote above, and I'll just read it today, just kind of telling you the symbolism of the season of fall. Fall is the fourth and final major sun cycle of the year, and it means a time of changing focus and direction in your life. From the equinox, your conscious, the nights lengthen and the days shorten. Follow your natural inclination to turn inward, and you'll find the wisdom, riches, and inspiration for your next cycle, next year ahead. The chaotic times of summer and rapid growth means lots of changes, some loss and some gain. What's next? Fall is the time of harvesting and also the time to take stock of your harvest. If your returns this season were not as you hoped, now is the time to reflect, find your balance, and look for what within you must change to assure greater success in the coming year. The fall equinox is a 3-day period when the sun appears to stand still. Think of it as a time to find your balance as the seasons progress. And so I don't know how many of you all have been following me or been friends with me or done business with me in the last year, but this was something I actually shared last year, and I knew that I wanted to really capitalize on this season this year as I brought new people into my business, as I talked to people about trying to find their passion and their purpose, and really trying to figure out what really they can get fulfillment from. Okay, and so just as a little background about me, I've been a full-time entrepreneur for a little over a year. Before that, part-time. And one of the biggest things that I attribute to my success and my continued pursuit in the direction of my dreams is my constant pursuit of fulfillment. For any of you that have explored this website, I say I quit my job in search of fulfillment, right? So fulfillment is defined as satisfaction or happiness as a result of fully developing one's abilities or characters, right? So I'm using this time to reflect on what has been, what is, what will be, and finding balance. So what is it? What is this 30-day journey? Who is this for? Okay, so this journey, and we're just gonna get right into it because like I said, I'm assuming that you've already kind of done your research on me. You kind of watched the video, and you wanna know if this is a great fit for you. All right, so this 30-day journey is for people who are currently seeking, currently or already in entrepreneurship or a small business opportunity. It's for people who are looking for more than additional income. All right, so this is not something for you to come and like get money or something like that. You can go and get a second job for that. This is for people who want to take immediate and massive action in the next 30 days, right? So a lot of times we'll start a journey, or we'll start a new habit, or we'll start a new project, and we'll just kind of take it slow and steady. This is not for those people. This is for people that want to come out the gate saying, hey, I'm tired of being sick and tired. I want to wake up feeling awesome. I want to fall asleep feeling fulfilled, and I'm ready to do whatever it takes to take action in the next 30 days, okay? This is also for people who are coachable, right? So this isn't for anybody who's already come to the table and decided, you know, this sounds crazy, or I don't know, this is not traditional, I'm too scared, I'm not going to be a risk taker. This is for people who have an open mind, who are willing to shift all perspectives, and who are willing and able to be coachable, meaning they can learn from anybody and everyone around them, regardless of age, gender, race, culture, background, whatever. They're completely open to being coachable. This is also for people who are committed to their success and the success of others, right? And so, you know, it's one thing to be able to do a job or be able to run a business and do it really well by yourself, right? A lot of us have, you know, been on this earth long enough where we know how to be good at being us, but that's not leadership. And that's really not success. You're not really being a leader or being successful until you can teach someone else to do the exact same thing. And so the people that we want along this journey are people that care about others just as much as they care about themselves, right? So I have some friends that say, hey, you know, I'm just not at the point in my life where I really can spend time worrying about what other people got going on or helping the next person. I'm just focused on my career and, you know, my whatever. And that's completely fine, but we don't want you. We want people that are able to look left and right and say, hey, how can I help you be successful while I become successful as well? All right. We also want people who want to be servant leaders. So that's along the same lines as, you know, putting the needs of someone else before you, right? Serving other people, making sure that other people are good as much as you want to make sure yourself is good, being a servant leader. We're also looking for people who are seeking a community of like-minded individuals. So on my introductory video, I mentioned that this is going to be a small journey, right? So we've done other campaigns on our team or in my business where it's been, you know, tons of people. And this is going to be one of those very small groups. So I'm looking for 5 to 10 people. If more people sign up than that, we'll break it up into different months. But I don't expect it to be that much because based on the people that have contacted me already, it should be in that range, right? So we're seeking of people who want that community, people that, you know, may feel like they don't have accountability partners, they don't have like-minded friends, or when they go out to dinner, the conversation is just not where they at the level that they want it to be. They're looking for people who think and act and want the same things as them. Okay. And then also we're looking for people who want to be pushed and stretched daily. And so I constantly tell my business partners, my team members, my mentees, it's not what we do, it's what we do daily, right? So we're looking for people who are consistent, who are going to be willing to be consistent, because we're going to need to be pushed and stretched daily because that's what it takes, right? And so, you know, a lot of times people will say, well, you know, I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to start my own business. I want to get out there. I want to take risks. And what we fail to realize is actually taking that step and taking that leap of faith and committing to whatever journey you decide is literally just the beginning, right? It's like going into a house and opening the door, but not even taking really a step in, right? And so this journey starts technically on October 1st, but that will just be the beginning. So we need people who are not only just willing to take a risk, but willing to learn a little bit more about what it's going to take to fulfill a journey, right? Fulfillment is not something that you just wake up one day and say, oh, it's great, right? And by fulfillment, what do you mean, Alena? What does that mean? How am I connecting the dots here? We're looking for a vehicle, right, that's going to allow us to pursue the things that we love. So through this challenge, we're going to, number one, be able to identify those things. We're going to be doing some exercise that help us identify, you know, how we can be uniquely us. How can we really determine what we love doing, what makes us feel our best, and then how can we turn it into something that we love, right? On top of that, we're going to kind of test drive entrepreneurship. We're going to use a vehicle that's already in existence that can help us raise capital so that we can then use that as a vehicle to do whatever it is that we want to do, right? But more so, we're building character, right? So a lot of times, you know, even when we think back to growing up, we constantly are encouraged to be physically in shape, right? Or, you know, we take these tests to make sure that we have physical aptitude, even when we're in elementary school. But there is nothing that tells us or encourages us to mentally strengthen ourselves. So this journey is going to be one of those things where we take your mental and figure out from day one, where are you? Where are you mentally? You know, where's your faith? Where's your belief? Where's your willpower? We're going to assess all of those things. But then throughout this journey, those things will get tested. They will get tested and tried, and then you'll learn exercises to renew your strength in your mind, so that regardless of whatever opportunity you're doing, whatever project that you take on, you'll always be successful because of some of those mental tools and guidelines that you learned in this 30-day journey. Okay, so like I said, you know, I've been in the business for about a year. So I know many of you are like, okay, so how does It Works fit into this, right? Because you know I'm an independent distributor. And, you know, I try to take my business and segment it in ways where I'm constantly revitalizing how I approach my business. And so, like I said, we're using the energy of the fall to really take off, right? So a lot of times you'll see campaigns or journeys like this come about in the new year, right? You'll see big campaigns say, hey, you know, join this opportunity, start fresh, start the new year, get your new business off the ground. But based off my experience, I really find it much easier when we start planting seeds and doing prep work during the fall season and the winter months, so that when the spring and the summer come, we're taking off like that. So I decided to shift my timeline a little bit in terms of this type of journey in the It Works business. So basically we'll be using It Works as a vehicle. Why do I love that, right? So, I mean, many of you all know my story when it comes to It Works. I've been a part of the company for about 17 months. But as an entrepreneur, what it has allowed me to do is really understand my strengths and weaknesses as an entrepreneur, right? So how well do I lead others? How much willpower do I have to go out and get 100 no's before I can get one yes, right? How committed am I to reinventing myself, reinventing my business, reinventing my strategies, my marketing on a daily basis? Also personal development, right? So there's a lot of things that come with entrepreneurship that are totally about personal development. You know, you understanding how to work with people, understanding the psychology of people, understanding how you can get people to say yes to anything that you're doing, right? When you're starting a traditional small business, a lot of times you may have to spend upward to $50,000 to $500,000 to start a business. However, when you take a vehicle like It Works, you can basically use everything that they already have in place with a very, very low monthly overhead, and you can test drive running a business and having uncapped income. And so I use this vehicle in my life personally as a way to finance everything, right? So, you know, I have 20 different things that before I die, I plan on doing, right? And right now I take it one day at a time, but I use a vehicle that allows me to finance that without having to get an investor. But it also teaches me the soft skills that I need as an entrepreneur, right? And so we're going to basically use this vehicle as a way for you to purely generate income, right? Because we know that anytime we go and turn a passion into a profit, it's going to take money, right? And so we use this vehicle to do that. But we also use it to assess where you are currently. You know, do you have public speaking skills? Are you afraid to go out and network? Are you coachable? Can you coach other people? Can you host calls? Can you sell things? Can you present things? Can you commit to using a product on yourself and then go out and share with other people? These are fundamental skills that you're going to need in any passion project, and you'll get to do that here in this business to test drive to see if you're ready, to see if you have what it takes to invest in something much bigger, right? The good thing is if you're not, then we'll then also strengthen those skills, okay? So we're going to be using that as a vehicle. So, you know, you could, of course, at any point in time say, oh yeah, I'll go and join this business opportunity or join It Works 2 months later. Why is the time for it now, right? What can you expect over the next 30 days that'll be different from if you were to join me, you know, say in January or something? So in the next 30 days, as part of this fulfillment journey or fall into fulfillment program, number one, you're going to be getting, we're going to start out with a goal setting and a dreamscaping session, right? So there are a lot of people that understand the importance of goals, but they don't know how to accurately set them. Many of us have never been taken through a lesson called dreamscaping. Dreamscaping is something that I was taught by one of my mentors that simply teaches us to stretch our brain and our desires and our goals, but then stretch it again and again and again. And so we'll start off with the dreamscaping conversation. Those conversations are one-on-one with me, okay? So they're very, very personalized. Then we'll also have a fast start training in small and intimate groups. So everyone that's a part of the journey will get training on the actual It Works business and what it is to be a member of my team. So we also have other requirements that, you know, for our team members to be equipped with so that you can go out and be successful. All right, so we'll have a fast start training. You'll also get one-on-one coaching and mentoring from me, and that happens on a weekly basis. So every single week, you'll expect at least a 30 to 1 hour call, 30 minutes to 1 hour call with me to check in, to coach you through the things that you're experiencing. Some of the other things that you'll be experiencing that I especially love is our daily motivational calls. All right. So these are calls that I do, and sometimes they're guest speakers on the calls that, you know, I have worked with or loved that have inspired me. And they simply get on the call and they motivate you to be great. You know, a lot of us have daily devotionals, or we go and we scroll on social media to get that inspiration, but now it'll be sent directly to your inbox from some of the best and the brightest. Also, daily tips for building yourself in your business will come through those motivational calls. Then we'll also have weekly group check-ins, right? So it's important that we can create this mastermind group, right? So it's kind of like, you know, when you start a new job and you have your analyst class or your class of people that you came in with, you all are kind of like a family. You all succeed, you hold each other accountable. And so that's something that we'll form with the people that join this, all right? And then on top of that, you know, we'll be able to monitor your success. So every week we'll have accolades, recognitions of people who've gone out and done things either in their business, have success stories with, you know, personal development, whatever it may be, just testimonies that will be shared throughout the group, probably in the form of a newsletter or some type of group chat. All right. So that's what you can expect in the next 30 days. You know, I'm very, very excited about this. Really, you know, not only because of all of the new people that have already reached out to me, like, you know, Lena, I need this. I need something that's going to keep me accountable. I even have people that are already in my business that are like, look, I need a fresh start. And a lot of times we start something and we just really need something that's going to help us find balance in our lives, something that's going to help us look inward and say, okay, what have I done this year? We all started out with goals for the year, things that we wanted to do, things that we wanted to achieve. What have I done so far to get me where I am? Maybe I haven't done enough. Maybe I've done a lot and now I want to do it again. Right? And so for me, the fall is time to really look inward and think about what's next, what's to come. How can I start small and turn it into something huge, right? And so I want you all to really capitalize on this opportunity. If you're on this Hangout today, I completely believe that it's for a reason and a purpose. It's not a coincidence. This 30-day journey is for you. It wasn't meant for you to join, you know, 10 days ago, 20 days ago, a month ago. It's for right now because these additional things are going to add value to your life. You know, you're going to walk away beyond just, you know, having an amazing new business opportunity or products that you're going to fall in love with. You're going to walk away with uncapped potential through the experiences that I'll share with you, because that's the type of life that I have unlocked for myself through doing these types of exercises over the last year. And now I'm just simply passing the torch, passing it on to you. Okay, so, you know, we're almost right at 9:30, and I said this would be a 30-minute kickoff call. And so let's kind of talk about next steps. So next steps are simply to get in touch with me. To be a part of this 30-day journey, which will kick off on Wednesday, you will need to check in with me tomorrow. Okay, so today when we get off the call, right below this video, you'll send me an email and we'll set up a time for tomorrow afternoon through evening to really just kind of have an even further extension of this video to make sure this program is a good fit for you, make sure that the business opportunity is a good fit, and answer any questions that you may have specific to your concerns or your needs or just anything that you don't understand about it. We'll also discuss, you know, in detail the corporate requirements to be a part of the business opportunity. And then starting on October 1, the kickoff will, the program will start, but the 1st through the 3rd will really be preparation days. So that means that we'll be preparing for our actual full throttle journey into inwardly looking into who we want to be, what we want to fulfill in our life, and what we're looking to get out of this, and kind of putting a customized plan. And then the 6th of October is when we'll really take off with our calls and all of the things that we mentioned before. Okay, so next step is to simply just drop your email below. You'll get an email from me tonight confirming your time. And then tomorrow we'll have our one-on-one call so I can get to know you. And we can just kind of chit chat it up and see, you know, what are the next steps? What are you looking for? How I can be the best coach for you, and how you can walk away really knowing and truly understanding yourself as an individual, as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, and how you can impact others to live their best lives as well. So thank you for joining. I'm very, very excited about Fall into Fulfillment 2014. This video will be recorded, so feel free to share it with anyone that you want to take this freedom journey with you, even accountability partner, a friend, a spouse, someone you're already in business with that's looking for additional income, plus all of the things that we listed in terms of our expectations today. And let's chat, and we'll talk tomorrow. Have an amazing evening, guys. Bye-bye.